We've got one of Hollywood's most distinguished actors as our special guest today. He's a man of many faces. One of those faces, all of those faces actually, co-star every week in the TV series Wild Wild West. Let's meet him right now with a real Ross Martin. Come in, please. Good to have you on the show, Ross.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. Hi, fellas.
And girls.
Oh, naturally. That goes without saying.
Hey, that's a long walk from the Happening People curtain to our stool, but we were talking before the show. That walk doesn't scare you a bit, because this guy runs 10 miles a day.
Well, I'm not... First of all, I jog. I don't run, which is a little different. But I've cut it back. You know, I was doing 10 miles, Mark. And I started back at work. And I'd run 5 in the morning and then put in a day's work. And then run 5 at night. And boy, that second 5 was beginning to get me down. So I called the doctor under whose supervision I was. And I said, listen, that second 5 is really doing it to me. I really feel exhausted at the end of that time. He said, are you still running the second 5 miles, for Pete's sake? I didn't want you to do that at all. Forget it. I was happy to forget it. I just do 5 miles a day. It's more than enough.
Only 5, so if you're out in the streets of Beverly Hills, you can see him jogging around in the morning. Okay, how's Wild Wild West? It's looking real good.
The show is in great shape. We have, I guess you already know, it's been announced, we've been canceled for this forthcoming season. Oh, now there's no need. No, really. In our place, in that time slot, they've got Get Smart, the marvelously funny show. And, no, it really is. It's a hip kind of show, a fun show. And in a way, I didn't even think I'd have mixed feelings about the cancellation. You know, I thought, boy, how great you're free to go out and do features and so on. But when I was notified, it's like losing a 4-year friend, and you really feel a little sad about it.
The show's been on for 4 years.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Listen, we have some questions from people in the audience who would like to ask you personally to find out information. So Uncle Paul, I think, is in the audience.
Fine.
You select people?
I have a gentleman in the balcony, Doctor.
Box of Dr. IQs for that gentleman.
Right, Hal. You had, what was that name that your friends were calling you? Fluffer. Well, this is Fluffer here, and he has a question. And what was the question, Fluffer?
What advice would you have for someone wanting to become an actor?
For a young person wanting to become an actor, act every chance you have. Get into every one of the church plays, get into the school plays, get up in front of an audience and work at acting every opportunity you have, and don't let anything discourage you. Let no one talk you out of it. If that's what you want to do, you do it.
Got that?
Thank you.
Okay, act tired and sit down.
That's good advice, Rocky. Please.
We never give the gentleman a chance in the audience for questions, so this time we're going to do that.
What do you think of the fashions today, Mr. Martin?
The
Well,
fashions.
I have mixed feelings about that. It depends on the area of fashion. For example, I'm really wild. I dig the flared pants on the gals and the hip hugger look, you know.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that miniskirts always look like a beautiful teenage young woman is wearing her 8-year-old sister's clothes.
Well, does that bother you?
Bother me? No, it's just that it makes me feel that somehow or other she wore them last year and has just outgrown them in 1 year. She's really 10 is the idea.
I kind of like that growing up look. Listen, our music, the theme music tells us that we're all out of time for today. I wish you could come
boy,
back
that was
sometime.
bad. Yeah, I'd like it.
And rap with us some more. Will you come back sometime?
Sure, indeed I will.
Thank you very much for being our special guest, Ross Martin. Let's also hear for their happening guests, Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart, Tommy Rowe, Dennis Cole, and Marilee Rush, who's a groovy young girl, and Sue Cannon.
Oh, yeah. All right, Jan. And don't forget to be with us next week when we got some special happening surprises. We can't tell you the name of our guests, but we can give you 3 hints.
A puzzle.
A lot of them live in the jungle.
Yeah.
And they love bananas and they dig Tarzan.
Yeah.
And last but not least, you will go ape over them. Till then, Ross, tell them in your best Irish brogue.
Listen, enough of this monkey business. Till then, have a happening, will you?
Right,